people are at and knowing when to go to people and when to let them like wait, just in terms of like being entertained, like how much someone's talking. But like, yeah, this is the DM that the person fell in love with essentially.
Yes, because she's DMing and this friend of theirs is playing and he's romancing an NPC, so she's playing the NPC that he's romancing. And so clearly they probably had some sequences together where they're like professing their love within the game.
But no.
I've definitely heard of this happening before, and it is really stupid. It's it's just like if you're showing up to play a game of Trouble, no one's about to fall in love with the person who presses the bubble the most. You know what I mean? It's people just
never know.
Six, it's just when people give like the DM, I think it's like something to do with like mysticizing it or something like that. Like when somebody's just like pretending to be this NPC, you're like, wow, they're infusing magic into this. This is all personal to them. I'm gonna make it personal to me. Now we have a personal connection that's unseen by all the others because it's just our secret, private little moment. But you're forgetting that there are 5 other people in the room. Like, I've got my dice and I'm ready to attack. You know?
I'm ready to attack. Just
here we go. I'm ready to get these guys.
Here we go. And you got a lady on a Zoom call just waiting.
Waiting. I was like, oh, wait for the text. Wait for the text. Yeah, I was like, that's who they need to break this tension up. They need a beautiful princess or a beautiful priestess.
Yeah, I love how they felt like they had to include the fact that they canceled D&D the next time.
That's
it's like as if that were like we did it.
I also like for
we
the
had
time being, it's like TBD.
Maybe maybe.
I'd be like, I'm never playing this again.
Well, he lost his friend.
Oh my God! Yeah. Also, insanely like bold to not only like text her and then be like, "What are our next steps?" And then
what are next steps?
And then the husband
text to your crush. Next steps.
Development meeting. And then the husband calls. He's like, "You're standing in the way of us."
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, man. Okay. Comments. I am so sorry this happened. It seems that Dylan is not mature enough to separate what is being simulated in the RPG with real life, which is troubling to say the least. I hope you can continue DMing, but it seems that Dylan needs to leave the game. Under normal conditions, I think he maybe needs to leave. Under normal conditions, I'd suggest talking to the player and working something out, but I think this is a case where you should probably skip that step.
Thanks
Dylan,
Reddit.
Dylan seems divorced from reality. In any case, good luck. I know this is a very strange situation.
It's not the divorce Dylan wants.
Hey! It is insane that, like, Dylan... this is also, like, even if he had no other intentions, but if you are in a D&D group where it's, like, the DM is married to someone else at the table, and you're doing a romance sequence with that person, it's like... This has got to be at least a little silly. Like, at least make it a silly romance.
A little silly. Or it just has to be, like, people who've known each other for a long time and there's no fear of they're going to steal my husband.
Right.
And I think a lot of these issues tend to occur with people who don't know each other very well, and then they meet through D&D, and they're like, I feel a part of this group. And
it's like almost like parasocial. I don't know if that's the right word, but
there's something like that. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the word when
it's like parasocial with your characters that aren't real.
Yeah, where it's like, you know, if you are being the character and I fall in love with that character and I'm like, oh, that like, and the character likes me, I'm like, oh, that George likes me. It's like that's almost.
But Dylan was their friend. Dylan was their friend. So it's like he did know these people. OP left a comment saying, my husband thinks he built a version of me in his head and fell in love with that. He is definitely not playing with us again, as he insulted my husband and said he wanted to have sex with me. I just think I need
a break. Left that part out.
I just think I need a break until the New Year's.
In 5 days.
In 5 days, I'll be good.
Just give me like...
And the other guy's like, I just don't have time to read a visual novel.
Oh,
Someone said, unfortunately, this has happened to me more than once as a female DM. It's frustrating, a violation of boundaries, and really disappointing. Unfortunately, you will learn to recognize the signs and indications that someone is starting to manic pixie dream NPC you and cut it off. Don't let one bad player shake your confidence as a DM. The game is for all of us, and you are entitled to boundaries, safety, and comfort while running a game for your players, just as they are entitled to the same from you.
Send Dylan down to the dungeon, be like, you come across a bird.
And it hates you, man. It's so funny. And it f***ing hates you.
Yeah,
find this bird.
Bird hates you.
God, I think it's not... It sucks how many women have that exact same story. When they play D&D and they have like, oh, my first experience was terrible. And it's like... Yeah, it good on this group for nixing that guy and getting him out of here, standing up for the person who deserves to be. I mean, I hope. Yeah, I mean, the fact that it was even a thought scares me a little, but yeah.
Well, we have a mini little update. It was in the comments. She said D&D is back on, and the rest of the players promised to not fall in love with me. So I'm assuming she kicked Dylan out.
Dylan's there, but he's just kind of arms crossed.
Yeah,
He's like, whatever.
I won't fall in love with you anymore. Yeah, that's awful. I think people need to go outside.
That's crazy to say as a DM.
Yeah, right? Thousands of games under my belt, and I'm like, more grass.